Hey, future weapon enthusiasts, I'm Nick Young, the CEO of Desert Tech, and I'm here to talk about the cyber attack that Desert Tech sustained in June earlier this year. Cyber attacks are not an uncommon theme. You always have hackers that are constantly trying to penetrate your firewalls and do different things, and we have a lot of protections and things to help prevent that. However, this particular cyber attack was a company crippling cyber attack. It was a pretty substantial, invasive penetration into our systems. Fortunately, the IT professionals in doing their audit of the hack determined that the hackers didn't take any data from us. They more just uploaded the ransomware in hopes of making a payday for themselves. And we're here to talk about what happened, discuss the recovery steps that we went through, and tell you where we're at today. So on June 6th at 3 a.m., hackers penetrated our servers and our firewall and started to upload ransomware onto all of our systems. And so we, at first glance, thought that we could just revert to our online backups and do a quick 24-hour recovery, like is typical for something like this. Unfortunately, because they penetrated everything, then we were not able to do that. And so as the day progressed, we realized the severity of the attack.
So the significance that the cyber attack had on the company as a whole, it was, near devastating, right? At the time that it happened, the day that it happened, I don't think a lot of us realized the gravity of the situation until the following day, when it was really disclosed how much information had been encrypted.
Friday morning, the next day, we pulled together an emergency recovery meeting with all of our leaders, and we created a plan of what to do. This plan included an effort to bring our operations back online under a manual system. And so we assigned a team to focus on developing this manual system to make sure that we had that flow still going. The second effort was we wanted to recover our systems. And there was two paths that we were pursuing. One of them was a path of trying to work with the hackers to get the decryption codes on this ransomware to where it would bring us online faster. And the second path was to assume that we would never get the decryption codes and that we would have to rebuild everything from scratch.
So I helped lead recover a lot of the systems and also to see if it's possible or to get some of the data back from these hackers. I was working with those two paths. The first one, obviously, should we get the data back, pay these guys? And the second one was just recover without it.
So once we assigned these two recovery efforts, it was a handful of staff members that were a part of this recovery team. And all other staff members, we put on a furlough for 2 weeks because we were not operating and we didn't have work for them to do. Unfortunately, during the cyber attack recovery, we had to terminate 6 employees in order to divert resources into the recovery effort. 2 days after the cyber attack, we were contacted by the hackers, and they were demanding a large sum of money to get that encryption code to remove the ransomware. We filed a report with the FBI with the hackers' contact information and reported the crime that they committed against us in hopes that the FBI would be able to arrest them and maybe get us the decryption codes, or perhaps maybe they already had decryption codes for this ransomware that we were hit with. As we talked to the FBI, they mentioned that this same outfit also hit all of the automobile dealerships across the U.S. the same week that they hit us, and they shut all of those dealerships down. It was a pretty big national story, and so this same group hit a lot of different people pretty hard. Unfortunately, the FBI told us that this particular group was in Russia and outside of their reach, so they couldn't really do anything for us. And they told us that they also had a pretty bad reputation of extorting money multiple times out of their victims. And so essentially, had we paid them money, they would just not give them to us and then make us pay them more and more and more money. So we elected not to send them any money for that reason. We had to go back to our plan of, restoring everything from scratch.
Thankfully, we have a team that was willing to just buckle down and get to work and use the resources that we had at our disposal to piece together what we could to continue working and then build back what we needed to in order to get back up and running today.
So bringing operations back online, it took us about 3 or 4 days for our team to develop our manual processes. And by the following week, we were operating in our warehouse and our shipping and receiving, and all of our sales team were operating, taking new orders, filling backlog, shipping new orders. They did a great job of doing that manual system, which was not easy by any means.
So I was in charge of still calling all the dealers, trying to make sure they had the product that they needed. The Cyberattack was pretty hard for us. We didn't have anything that we could do our jobs with, no Epicor, no ERP. Bringing the systems back online was a big chore. Our IT team, with the new professionals that came in, they were going 24/7.
That's all I was working on for 2 weeks. I was hardly sleeping. I was staying up late, working on getting the systems up, working on trying to recover what we could.
And after 30 days, we had all of our systems back online, and it took us an additional 30 days to bring all the data back in and bring it up to date.
It was fortunate that we did have some backups stored away. They were a bit old, and we did have data from all over that we had to go and scramble and get. We recovered most of the data, so the data wasn't an issue. It was getting it, formatting it, and putting it into the system properly. We did recover most of it.
So where we're at today is we are fully recovered and excited to be back. Everything's back to the automation that we had before. We have a substantially improved security framework and IT map.
Anyone in the world of security, of IT or like data knows that you can never be too secure. And so you have to find that sweet middle spot where you secure your company enough with regards to what makes sense.
Bringing our operations back online was our #1 priority, and I really appreciate the team and the effort that they put forth. And I was very happy to see just the support and the continuity of the vision of making tomorrow's weapons. And just, everybody, they hurdled the storm and they did a great job.
During the recovery, the IT team, they deserve a vacation. I've told everybody they deserve a vacation after this because of how much extra work and how many extra hours they put in.
I don't think people appreciate their IT teams until they get in that moment. It's like in football when the kicker comes onto the field. Like nobody really appreciates that guy until they're down by 2 points with 10 seconds left and the guy has to kick a field goal to win, right? The IT team really pulled through for us. Without them, we wouldn't be where we are today, 100%.
As a sales guy, then we don't see all the back end stuff, but being kind of thrown into this recovery process made me see, how much work that they actually put in, and all the guys that are doing the shop work too. They do a lot for the company.
I appreciate the employees who are sticking through it. It was really hard because you have to run a company while you're trying to get your systems back up and running. I was really impressed with everyone's ability to do both worlds at the same time and to be patient with each other. There was a lot of times where something wasn't set up right or they couldn't do their job because they didn't know how, and they were really patient. Everyone was really patient with each other and worked with each other. And I also do appreciate the CEO for stepping in. Nick, he stepped in, made sure that everybody knew there was still a plan, even when it felt like the bridge was broken. He stepped in, this is the plan moving forward, and everyone had their vision, and that's really what kept us going, is knowing that there was a next step, knowing that we could move forward, and it really did move us forward, having that plan for us to move forward with. And I appreciate him leading us through it.
We're still actively filling the backlog. We have SRSs in stock on the shelf. We have HTIs in stock on the shelf. We have about a month and a half of backlog on the Wolverines that we're rapidly catching up. Any of you want to help support us in this recovery, now's a great time to buy a Cyberattack product. If you've been on the fence, like I said, we got SRSs on the shelf, we got HTIs on the shelf, and Wolverine backlog is rapidly being caught up. I just want to thank our team here at Cyberattack, as well as all of you, our customers and vendors that have supported us through this recovery effort and worked with us. You know, there's a lot of kind of rumors going around about what's going on at Cyberattack, and we wanted to wait till we got to, I guess, this end destination before we put out an official story or response video to some of the rumors that might be out there. If you talk to our guys, tell them great job, give them a pat on the back, because our team did a bang up job. So some of the new things that we got going on at Cyberattack is we're launching our new Trek 22 rifle. This is going to start shipping in September. We also have a new 375 bullet that's in development that is proving to be 30% more accurate than the previous bullets that we were using. So this is a pretty exciting development that we'll share more information on in the future. The third thing that we got in the works is we are starting to do barrel machining in our own factory. And so we're going to take you down in the shop now and share that with you. We're super excited to start doing barrel machining in-house. We have been backlogged on the Wolverine for 3 months longer than we had hoped. And the reason was because our initial barrel suppliers delivered the barrels late, and some of them were not in spec, which required us to return those barrels and get more. And so we have invested in the equipment to be able to finish machine barrels in-house, which is going to allow us to supply Wolverines much, much faster. And so our barrel endeavor is focused around finish machining blanks for the Wolverine. So we buy blanks that are gun drilled and rifled, and we do the finish machining, the profiling, and the threading and the crowning on this work center here. It does it all in one whack, and I believe it's like a 5-minute cycle time. So, but very, very precise, excellent piece of equipment. Again, we're super excited about this new capability because we can deliver Wolverines a lot faster and hold much better tolerances on our barrels. So I'll show you the chambering machine next. So here's the machine that we do the final chambering on the barrels. But anyways, the tolerances that we're able to hold with our new equipment, phenomenal. Much, much tighter, and we can control the quality much better than what our previous sources were. And we have a fantastic partner that makes very, very high quality and precise barrel blanks. So we're happy to share this with you. In celebration of recovering from the cyber attack, then we're doing some limited colors. If you want to get more information on it, then sign up for our newsletter. Thanks for watching.